Have you ever walked away from a conversation and thought, why didn't they take me seriously? Maybe you had good ideas. Maybe you knew exactly what you were talking about. But somehow, your words felt smaller than they sounded in your head. Here's the strange part. People don't decide how confident you are by listening to your ideas first. They judge it from the way you speak. The scary thing is, most of us have tiny speaking habits that quietly lower our status without even realizing it. Not because we're unintelligent, not because we're weak, but because we've picked up patterns that send the wrong signal. And today, we're exposing 5 of those habits. Some of them are so common that you might catch yourself doing one before this video even ends. Let's start with the biggest one. Imagine someone asks, what restaurant should we go to? One person says, I think, maybe, I don't know, perhaps we could try the Italian place, if everyone wants. Another person simply says, the Italian place is great. Same suggestion, completely different feeling. The first habit is shrinking your own words. I think, maybe, I'm not sure, but I could be wrong. Of course, sometimes those phrases are useful. But when every sentence starts with them, people stop hearing confidence and start hearing doubt. It's like apologizing before you've even spoken. Your brain may be trying to sound polite. Instead, it makes your own opinion sound optional. Strong communicators don't pretend they're always right. They just don't weaken every sentence before it has a chance to stand. Now here's something even sneakier. Have you ever noticed someone who turns every statement into a question? So, we should leave now? My name is Alex? I've been working here for 3 years. Nothing changed except the voice at the end. Yet suddenly it sounds like they're asking for permission to believe their own words. This is called uptalk. And once you notice it, you'll hear it everywhere. Again, using it occasionally isn't a problem. The issue is when every sentence climbs upward. Instead of sounding certain, it sounds like you're constantly waiting for someone else to approve what you're saying. Confidence isn't about speaking louder. Sometimes it's simply about letting your sentence land instead of lifting it away. But wait, the next habit is probably the one that's hurting the most people because almost everyone does it when they're nervous. Picture this. You're explaining something important. Then your brain suddenly panics. So, basically, I was kinda just every few words, another filler, another pause, another reset. Now, don't misunderstand. Everyone says, sometimes. Even great speakers do. The problem is when fillers become the main rhythm of your speech. Your listener starts focusing on the interruptions instead of your message. It's like trying to watch a movie that pauses every 10 seconds. The story disappears. Here's something surprising. Confident speakers aren't necessarily thinking faster. They're simply comfortable with silence. Instead of filling every tiny gap with or like, they pause. And pauses don't make you sound awkward. They make your words feel intentional. A 2-second silence often sounds more powerful than 10 extra words. Now here's a habit that almost feels polite but secretly makes you disappear. Imagine someone compliments your work. That presentation was amazing. You instantly reply, oh, it wasn't that good. I just got lucky. Anyone could have done it. Sounds humble, right? Actually, it tells people not to believe the compliment they just gave you. It's like arguing against yourself. If someone else kept saying your achievements didn't matter, you'd probably stop taking them seriously. So why do it to yourself? Real confidence isn't rejecting compliments. It's accepting them without making yourself smaller. A simple, thank you, I appreciate that. That's enough. No excuses, no self-attack, no shrinking. Now, let's talk about the habit that quietly drains authority faster than almost anything else. Over-explaining. You answer a simple question, then keep talking, then explain why you answered that way, then explain why you explained it, then add 3 more examples just in case. Most people think more words create more clarity. Often, they create less. Why? Because over-explaining usually comes from one feeling: fear. Fear that people won't understand you. Fear they'll disagree. Fear they'll judge you. So you keep adding more words, hoping they'll finally approve. Ironically, the opposite happens. The more you chase approval, the less confident you appear. High-status speakers trust that one clear answer is often enough. If someone wants more details, they'll ask. And finally, the last habit. This one doesn't happen in your mouth. It happens in your mind. Speaking as if everyone in the room outranks you. You censor yourself before anyone else does. You assume your opinion matters less. You wait for the important people to speak first. You laugh off your own ideas before someone else can reject them. Here's the truth. Most people aren't judging you nearly as much as you think. They're too busy wondering how they're being judged. The conversation inside your head is usually much louder than the one happening outside. And when you stop treating your own thoughts as second class, other people often stop treating them that way too. Think about the people you've met who naturally command attention. It's rarely because they use complicated words or because they have the loudest voice. Most of them simply believe their own words deserve to be heard. That belief leaks into everything: their pauses, their tone, their timing, their confidence. And here's the best part. None of these habits are permanent. They're not your personality. They're just patterns. Patterns can be noticed. Patterns can be changed. The next time you speak, don't try to sound more powerful. Instead, try removing just one thing that makes you sound smaller. Drop one unnecessary apology. Replace one filler with a pause. Accept one compliment without pushing it away. Finish one sentence with certainty. Tiny changes, completely different impression. Because people don't remember every word you say. They remember how your words made them feel. And the moment you stop speaking like you need permission to exist, people start listening like you belong in the room.